Well, y'all, it is still about 1 billion degrees outside, so we are still trying to come up with creative ways to put an amazing dinner on the table each night without having to heat up the whole kitchen. In fact, I have now brought in our garage fan. We keep a fan in our garage out there so that when the kids are outside playing, they have a fan kind of circulating in there and they can play cards out in the garage and things like that. I've now brought it into my kitchen and the kids are just coming inside because it's just too hot to be out there. We're gonna be using the AMNOSH oven, and it's just a whole meal that I actually got from their website. But I will also have air fryer instructions or oven instructions listed in the description box. If you want to get one of these, it's really cool because it actually steams and air fries kind of like at the same time. It's steaming the food so the food doesn't get dry at all, but it's also adding a nice crispiness to it. It's a really cool little device. And if you're looking for something, because maybe you don't have a ton of counter space, it's very compact and it definitely would fit into small places. Now it is only 3:07. It's only after 3 o'clock now, but I wanna get my chicken marinating and just kind of sitting in the flavors that we're gonna be putting in this. Food Lion had this bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. They had them on sale, so we're gonna use that. And I'm gonna do quite a few. And the reason is I wanna do 8 of them because then I don't have to cook tomorrow. I am all about trying to get as much out of each night as possible right now. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands, collect all of the spices and things that we need for our marinade. And then I'm gonna let this probably marinate till about 5 o'clock or so. My daughter has volleyball tonight, so we need to get dinner on the table maybe a little earlier than normal. But if I start this at 5, it should be done right about 5:30, which is perfect. All right, so if y'all have been here for a while, you know that anytime a recipe calls for seasonings, I'm gonna add more. And that's how it goes here as well tonight. So the first thing I'm gonna add is garlic powder. You can definitely add garlic cloves, and I think once it goes to the actual cooking process, I'll probably throw a few garlic cloves and a few rosemary sprigs on top of the chicken. I have fresh rosemary on my garden, so I'll pull that off. I don't know that it needs to go in the marinade. I mean, it definitely can't hurt, but I'll pull that off right before cooking. So let's just give a nice good sprinkle. Move these aside, sprinkle. We want good seasoning all over everything, okay? So we're liberally seasoning this chicken. Paprika, let's do the same thing. So all in all, for the garlic salt, that was probably about a tablespoon, but keep in mind, this is probably 3 pounds of the chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. Probably about the same with this, close to a tablespoon. Now let's take a little bit of oil while we're at it. Probably about a tablespoon with that as well, maybe a little less on that one, and then same with salt. Just making sure we cover it really nicely. Good flavor in this marinade is what we're looking for. If you really want to be good about it, you can also kind of lift back the skin and put some inside of there too. It's up to you how much work you want to put in. Y'all, oh my goodness. So if you have been here for a while, you know that I grew up in Florida. So I am not afraid of storms. I have been through countless hurricanes, different storms, probably tornadoes, just all the things. Storms do not bother me at all. Last night, we were woken up by a thunderstorm. I have never heard this much thunder just repeat over and over and over. And it wasn't like it would thunder and the next one would come. I'm talking on top of one another. There'd be 7 or 8 at one time, and then it would just keep rolling and keep rolling. The number of lightning strikes, I mean, they were right here at our house, and this happened for hours. And it just kept going last night. Our power did shut off for just a couple seconds and we were able to get that back on. Storms do not make me nervous or anxious at all, but last night, that was wild. I'm gonna add this Italian seasoning grinder blend into here. You don't have to do this. You could just use the shaker Italian seasoning or leave that all together. I just think I like the flavors of this, so why not add it? At one point, I heard last night a major crack, and I was thinking, oh my goodness. We have 2 huge oak trees, one in the back and one in the front. But when I heard that big crack last night, I was like, oh my goodness, please do not be a limb falling on our house. But yeah, it was wild, y'all. I'm just turning these to make sure everything gets some of this Italian seasoning. I mean, whenever I marinate like this, we over season. You want that seasoning all over. The next thing you can add is white wine as far as marinating goes. I'm gonna skip that because I don't have it. And if you don't have white wine like me, then just take a little bit of bone broth, chicken broth, something like that. And I'm only gonna add about an ounce, so not very much. That's plenty. All right, we're gonna put the lid on this. I'm gonna pop this into the refrigerator and honestly, just let it chill for about 2 hours, and then we'll come back. Maybe a little less, because I do need to prep the vegetables too. We're gonna let it chill in the refrigerator, maybe an hour and a half or so, but you can actually make this up to a day ahead. So let it marinate all night long if you want to. You're gonna get even better flavors if you do that. All right, well, here we are. The chicken has been marinating for about an hour and 45 minutes. I just walked out to the garden to get some tomatoes, as you can see right back here, and I need to change my clothes because it's that hot outside. So I actually rinsed all these off yesterday because I used some broccolini in a different recipe. What did I use that for? Oh, freezer meals, that's what it was. All right, so I'm just gonna cut these. I did cut some parchment paper to make for easier cleanup, but we're using the bottom tray of the little oven. And we're just going to kind of break these apart, or cut them apart rather, into sizes that would be appropriate per person here. Now the beauty of a recipe like this is you can use whatever kind of ingredients you love as far as the vegetables go. Cauliflower would be good, add some onion on there. Some baby corn is another suggestion, but we are just gonna throw on some broccolini, make it real easy because I already had it left over from that other recipe. I love a dinner like this where you can just throw everything in there, and then when dinner's ready, it's good to go. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I'm a big fan of dinners that can all be cooked in one thing. So like sheet pan, crock pot, all that kind of stuff. I love putting a complicated dinner together, but especially when it's this hot outside, I'd rather not. I'd rather just have it all cook in one thing, not spend a ton of time, and have a great dinner. I didn't intend to, but we grabbed lunch today after going to the movies, just me and my kids, and I got a kids meal, and it was $30 for the three of us. And I'm like, it was fine, but it wasn't that good. This meal tonight is gonna cost me well under $30, well under, because both of those packs of chicken were on sale for $3. So that's $6. The broccolini I think was $2, so that's $8. The tomatoes came from my garden, so $8 for our family, essentially. Okay, let's add to this just a little bit. I'm gonna take some of these tomatoes from the garden. I can't remember what these are called. They're obviously not cherry tomatoes. They're not grape tomatoes. They're called something else. We planted them. They're a little smaller, and I do think they're good for stuff like this. And I've already got some on me. So we're gonna use a few of them on here, but I'm also going to make up a nice salad to go with dinner tonight because why not? I have all the stuff to make it. And so actually, let me use some of the bigger ones for that. We'll save these back. We'll add that to a salad. One thing I'm gonna do is spray these with some of my avocado oil spray. And then if you know, you know, the potato slayer. As a matter of fact, we're now down to a half of a bottle. This entire thing, by the way, is I think like $6, which is crazy good for a seasoning of 10 ounces. This is not a small seasoning. I'm just gonna buy stock in this at this point. All right, so I'm gonna use some of the potato slayer, but you wanna keep in mind the chicken is actually gonna cook above this in the little oven, so all of that flavor is gonna drip down onto these, and it's gonna make it even better, okay? So this is gonna go like this. Now, next step, just to not make a massive mess in my kitchen, we're going to go ahead and just take the chicken, and I'm gonna transport it over like this. And like I said, I'm probably only gonna cook 4 at a time. That's about, I think, what I can fit. We'll see here. Okay, here, yep, about 4. So perfect size little oven for a family of 4. And then what I'm looking forward to with this little oven is the fact that I can use the steam clean function when this is done, and I don't have to clean out the little oven air fryer thing, because that is probably one of the biggest pain points of an air fryer. It's fine initially, and then after a few months, you're like, this looks terrible. So the fact that this one has that steam clean function, so easy. All right, let's take this over and put it in there. All right, so I'm gonna be using the vapor bake function, and we're gonna go to 375. We're gonna start with 30 minutes. It's definitely possible it takes a little bit longer, but that's where we're gonna start. So I've got my 30 minutes on there, and then the chicken is gonna go on the upper rack here. The veggies will go underneath. Okay, close her up. I love how good this looks, just having my entire dinner in there. I mean, look at that. Oh my goodness. We do need to take out the water tray because part of this cooking is going to use the kind of like vapor steam function. Okay, we're just gonna add some water here. Any water that's left over we'll discard after. Oh, but actually we'll do the cleaning function first, then we'll discard. Okay, close that up. Okay, slide that back in, and dinner is on its way. Let me turn the light off. We don't have to keep it on the whole time. Okay, while that's in there, I'm gonna go ahead and get some things ready for a salad. I don't know that everybody will want it, but honestly, we're going out of town, so this is kind of one of those like, let's clean out the fridge. And we have some leftover lettuce from another salad I made. I've got some radishes I had cut the other day. We've got cucumber, we've got tomato, perfect for a salad. Okay, so this has already been washed. I used it the other night. We're just gonna take some and put a little in each bowl. I usually reach in afterward and kind of tear it apart because some of the pieces are really large. Just so you guys are aware, the reason that we're using the vapor bake function on the AMNOSH oven tonight, it gives you steam cooking and heat circulation. So it starts with a steam cook and then it goes to a bake so that you get this nice juicy inside, especially on your meats. And then you get a nice crispy outside with the oven function at the end. So it does all that. I don't have to control it. It does all that process for me, which is really nice because then you can just walk away and do what I'm doing now. If you've been in the market for a small oven, air fryer type of thing, definitely the convenience of having the steam in this one is a really neat feature, especially if you're looking for like the all-in-one type of thing and you really need a compact option. This is very small and compact. I definitely appreciate that if you have a smaller space or you don't have a huge, if you don't have a huge space that you can put something like that. If you're looking for an oven that has a multi-function, this is an 8-in-1. So you're getting that air fryer function with the steam as well. You can check the link in my description box and use the code AMNOSH, AMNOSH, and that's gonna give you the lowest price available for this AMNOSH oven. All right, add some tomatoes to each one of these. I think I have a few more actually, let me check. We'll just take a few of these cut radishes. So at this point, everything is prepped. I'm gonna check that in just a minute here and I'll kind of show you the progress of it, and then we'll be back in a few minutes when it's all good to go. All right, let's turn the light on and just look at how good. Oh my goodness, look, the chicken is getting crispy. Can you see that? Oh man, this is gonna be delicious. There was 7 minutes left, so it had cooked for 23 minutes and I just checked the temperature of the chicken and it's done. So done even faster than what I thought it was going to be. So we're gonna pull that out, plate it, and we'll be ready to eat. Switching sides.
I like those veggies. Yeah, it's gonna throw everybody off. Just watch it in the mirror.
All right, chicken first. Oh, I got some broccoli on there.
bone-in thighs.
Man, that is good.
That is tasty.
That is super juicy.
And the skin,
Whoa.
crispy. Broccolini.
Broccolini. It's really good because that chicken cooked over top of it. Man, y'all, that is a good dinner. All cooked in that one device.
Oh, really?
The whole thing was cooked right there.
Wow.
So I'm gonna cook the other round of chicken and then I'll show you the steam clean because that's like one of my favorite parts is that I don't have to clean it out afterward. But this chicken, I mean.
I can't wait to dig in.
Wow, that is really, really good. So I didn't use our potato slayer tonight. I actually used paprika and Italian blend, garlic seasoning, salt, basic, like things everybody would have, but potato slayer would also be really good on that too. But yeah, so good.
Enjoy.
Our verse today comes from Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need another recipe though that is gonna set you up for success, check out this one that I have listed above because it is so delicious. Absolutely a favorite, and I know you're gonna love it too. Have a great week.